Hi everyone, Ryan here from Precision Trading Labs, and today's trading day, specifically the 9:30 to 4 p.m. session, was actually the perfect reminder that sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. If you've ever felt like you have always have to be clicking the buy or sell button, just to kind of stay busy, or you're worried about missing out, this video is definitely for you. I'm going to show you a step-by-step action on what I saw today and why I decided to stay out of the market, and how that simple decision probably saved me for some unnecessary losses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen in a second. I'm going to bring up TradingView and just show you what I saw today that made me want to stay out of the market. And by the end of the day, I had set up some orders, and then I will get into the ultimate outcome of any and all trades. So by the way, if you get something from this session, this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps me with the algorithm. Really appreciate it. So let's get into the action here. All right, so I am going to keep my camera off today, and I'm going to give you a quick warning. I am trading from home today. I have my children, so you will hear potentially any number of my kids and one of my puppies if you hear in the background, I apologize. So let me share my screen to show you this little trick I have here. Okay, so this is a daily chart of the S&P 500. Okay, let me get rid of some of these things here. All right, and this could work with just about anything, but I'm going to stay specific to the S&P, right? So here's today's action on the S&P. Here's Friday's, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go look for an indicator or anything like that. I really just want to focus all my energy here, and then I'm going to show you what it looked like when I sat down at the market earlier today, right? So there's Friday's bar, right? There's the high, there's the low. So I'm going to mark off the high. Now, this does not give me a trade. I will get more specific in a second, right? So there's the high of the S&P 500 on Friday, right? Now, most of the morning, we traded inside this high and this low, okay? Now, when that happens, to me, why we trade inside of it is a essentially red light. Like, I don't take any trades that may happen inside that range, okay? So let me drop down to the 1 hour and just show you what it was looking like in the first hour of this first half hour, really. Okay. So there's the open. Notice we traded kind of close to it, right? We did start to do it. This is starting to turn from a red light. It didn't get to a green light yet. It almost like it's going backwards, right? We have a yellow light now. Now I'm like, okay, we're potentially maybe setting up for something, which happens, right? And then at 11 o'clock, we started to really break through it. And then at 12, which is essentially the time usually the market goes to lunch. So I put a little post on Facebook saying that I think the close of today may start to give us some setups, right? Because right at 12 o'clock Eastern, we got that green bar up, and it was like, okay, it's go time. All right, now we can look for our trades, set anything up that we're looking for, and that's potentially going to give us something to work with, right? And then this is an adequate environment, right? Now, if you trade it in between there, like a lot of traders trade the open, and they kind of just go with break of a high, break whatever it is, and that's fine. You guys trade your what's for you, right? But for me, I trade supply and demand. But when I look at supply and demand zones, that's like the most important thing. But then one way I filter out the noise is looking at something like this that tells me where I am in the trading day. And then let me just show you the message I posted for my community here. Back to share. Okay. So here was my message today at 11:50. The ES, the YM, NQ were all outside Friday's trading range. I had already put a previous message saying they were inside. So, be careful engaging the market. So a bunch of our students really can get into the market without any guidance from me other than, the mentoring side of things. They're that good. And then others are looking for cues from me for where to get in. So this specifically, I laid out some trades here. The demand zones below on the MNQ, MES has my focus, going to see which gets there first and pull the trigger. Largely the indexes trade together. Not always, the YM was the weaker of the three, and the more obviously there is the RTY. I don't really trade the RTY very much. My partner Mitch trades it regularly. But let me just show you what I laid out. Now these are all good trades, but I had to make a value judgment what I like more, right? So that's the MNQ. That's the MES, right? Now, what happened is we actually broke out and we never wound up getting a pullback to that zone. We actually created a newer one a little closer that I'm not going to talk about in today's video. But one of the things when you force yourself to trade, right, the bad thing that happens is you wind up taking inferior setups. My wife's you wind up taking inferior setups that essentially cost you money. And to me, I would rather go go in on a trade that met 100% of my criteria. And even if I lose money, I followed my plan, then go in halfway on something and, like just get chopped up for no reason. So if I'm following my plan, it's very much okay with me. If I lose on a trade, it's not a problem to me. I'm okay with it. As long as I follow that plan, in the long term, over whether it's days, weeks, months, I'm going to come out ahead. So that's what's most important to me. This is really what risk management means beyond just using a stop and percentage percentage of your account that you put at risk, all that kind of good stuff. And if you've got time constraints, this is even more important. If you're trading a 9 to 5 and if you work a 9 to 5 and you're trying to trade around it, you don't have time, to trade every single day. You've got to really point to finding your trades that are for you and trading under really good circumstances. You don't always have the luxury of sitting behind a computer screen, right? That Mitch and I have, right? You only need 1 or 2 clean setups per week probably to grow an account responsibly. So the next time you sit down and the market either looks messy or doesn't fit your criteria, this is part of my criteria of what I want to see, the trading range, right? Before I enter the market, there we go. It's back. Before you do anything, doing nothing is a decision and often can lead to a profitable one. Because if you entered the market, lost money, then you're negative, it destroys your psychology. You have to dig out of a hole now, even if it's a relatively small loss, right? You lose 200, but then tomorrow you make 400, like, oh, well, could have been better, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to share that with you today because now I have buy setups ready and I'm more prepared than I even was this morning because I have, trades pending. Now I just need the green light from the market to set them up. And then I shared 2 other trades in our community. So, if you would like to get a look at those trades that I just shared here and see what they look like, go ahead in the description. I will put a link to my calendar. Schedule a call with me and I will give you the next 2 trades that I have pending, fully detailed with entry, stop, target, and the criteria for getting into them. And you can just have them for booking a call. But you got to book a call. We'll jump on a Zoom together. I'll share this with you, and it's my favorite part of the educational side of this. So if you did find this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment. If you've ever regretted a trade that you shouldn't have taken, I'd love to hear about it. And if you want more step-by-step lessons like this one, I'll leave a link in the description. You can actually download a free playbook I put together and go right ahead and just put in your name, email, and I think it's just name and email. And I'll send you that playbook to your email. But for now, I'm going to sign off and get back to the kitties and the puppies. And I just want to share a quick lesson with you. I'm actually going to try and do a video every day this week for YouTube and Instagram. So if you guys have an idea on something you want to hear next, drop it in the comments. Otherwise, I will see what tomorrow's trading day looks like and see what I can share with you. We did have a winner. A couple winners that I have to share from the last couple of days. I will do a wrap-up video for that, so you guys see what our winners and losers both look like. But for now, I will see you on the next video. Take care. Ryan out.